Hello everybody and welcome back to some more GlitchCraft, and today got quite an exciting thing going on. I've been trying to work towards quite a big goal for a very long time. That goal being prevalent to the blood magic over here. You'll obviously see that it has changed since we were last here. Random bits of wood are here. That's because I am actually I needed a block that was quite distinct, that wasn't cobblestone. I had a lot of, and it wasn't like obsidian and would take forever to destroy. So I placed these down. This is where the actual runes for the next tier, tier 6, which is the highest tier currently, I think. I don't think there's a tier 7 currently, will go. These pillars will then have what will be a crystal cluster on top of them, which is created using a life shard, 5 life shards, and 4 soul shards, which we'll get onto later. We need a total of 5 of those, 1 for each of the tops here, and 1 which can then be created into the Transcendent Blood Orb, which is the second highest tier we have, because we can actually, if we look at Blood Orb, we can get an Eldritch Blood Orb, which is higher tier than that. Or at least I can understand that it is. Maybe it might not be, but either way, will be a high tier. Anyway, so that's what that's there for, and I have quite a lot of runes. These ones are all superior capacities because I went a bit overboard, which means we get quite a lot of capacity out of this. It would be higher. These dislocation ones could actually switch out, and the orb ones normally switch out as well. But for the case of this, we have to have 15 million LP in our blood orb, which means we have to get the rune of orb added to it so we can get enough of that. I just thought I'd add these 2 sides to do that, and the dislocation was just to make everything transferring blood a lot easier. So normally these would be more. These would be the superior capacity ones, and I don't know what the equation for superior capacity is, but it gets a lot past these figures that we have now. What's that? 7 figures? We get to like 9 figures, I think, or something like that. It's quite a lot, but we, for the sake of this thing today, we'll be doing something separate. So that's that. I've also done some summoning. These tier 3 versions don't actually have to be here. As far as I know, there's nothing to do that yet. I've done a lot of demon summoning. I have demon crystals, demon blood shards, rather. I did all of the demons and the elementals, so we have all the demon crystals, which is good because I think we actually need one for what we're going to be doing today. And I would have 5, but one of them didn't drop because I killed it with this thing, and not the bound sword, which seems to have made it not drop. And I have to use 1 to make my my Archmage's Blood Orb. So today what we're actually going to be doing, I'm finally getting onto what we are going to be doing, is we are going to be trying to get the Demon Invasion going. I've already picked out a place over here, 1,300 meters away pretty much from our base. Far away. It's a nice little plains area. It's not going to... Nobody's going to be building over there as far as I know, except this. So it's not disturbing anybody. It's far away, so it doesn't hit anything, obviously, that people are doing. And, you know, it was a nice flat area that wasn't very extreme hills and such. So it was probably one of the best places to have it. It's just sad that it's so far away. Might try and see if I can get to... maybe I can do these things. I don't know if they work interdimensionally, but it probably does. Potentially. So that might be useful. So we are going to do that. I have a tutorial on the other screen because I have no idea myself how to do this demon invasion. I have got a bag, this bag right here, which I keep on losing because I haven't labeled it, which contains everything that we will need to get this going. I think these include making stuff like the alchemic chemistry set, which we've already done. So some of this, not all of it's going to be used up, and we are missing 1 bucket. We need 17 buckets of lava. We have a lava drum here, so the lava is not going to be difficult, but we just need 1 more bucket. I just couldn't fit it in here. So this should be everything, and all the items in here, bar maybe feathers and ink sacs, we have a ton of or can produce very easily, so if we are missing a few of each item, it doesn't really matter. So yeah, it's not, you know, probably the most like expensive item here would be another stone. We have 700 spare of those. right now, so that just puts everything, I think, into perspective. So what I'm going to do quickly, stop recording, I'm going to have a little bit look through the tutorial thing and see what our first step is to getting this demon invasion going. Okay, so first step was to create this thing, alchemical set, or alchemic chemistry set. Actually, come to think of it, do we have an orb in here? We do. I hope it has enough. I'm actually, just for the safety of it, going to take and put my Archmage's blood orb in there. Let's actually just get rid of this one and throw it in there. That's our duplicate one that I created for specifically the alchemic chemistry set, so, you know, doesn't have to go in our bag or anything. So we're going to do this because I know it has enough in it, and hopefully we don't go under 15 million. So we're just going to go and create the normal stuff, the whatever it's called, I can't think of its name. Catalyst, yeah, simple catalyst. Basically, our point of this thing is to create something called an alchemic calcinator, and really the point of it is just to create these things. We need 2 imbued slates to complete that, and stuff like that. So now we're gonna do this, and I think this should press U on these. We'll do it while it does its stuff. But this should, to my knowledge, do that. Create 2 of those, and then we want to create this. This will create fractured bones, I think. That's what it's called. There we go. Fractured bones, which will then we then use, there we go, with one of those, I think. I think it's 1. I'm pretty sure. Yes, it looks like it is 1, so we're going to do that. The annoying thing is we can't see the particle effects again, but even if we could, it would be annoying because we'd see the particle effects, but we'd also see our constant particle effects from this. And yeah. And then we want to create, that's the strengthened, and yeah, there we go. So we're going to create this, do that. This will create the whatever slates, the cracked runic plates, that's it. And we should then be able to find it again. And I think we should just be able to, there we go. And we'll throw 3 glass in there just so we know we've used it. And same with the cobblestone. So that's going to be fine. And I think we'll just place that down here for now. As far as I know, we don't have to worry too much about it. I don't really know how to use it. Okay, apparently. Can we... Is it specifically only that way? If I go this way. Yes, looks like it only has one direction. So, fair enough. Yeah, I guess next part of the tutorial is where we go next. Hopefully this doesn't take too long before we can summon the demons. Right, so now we are back working with the alchemic chemistry set. We're going to be basically creating these 3 items called the alchemic router, the alchemic segmenter, and the alchemic cleanser. So to do that, we need to create a total of 6 simple catalysts, which is going to be fine. While we do that, I'm actually going to actually see, do we have a crafting table? We do, because I don't want to be using stuff from the AE system, because otherwise what's the point in getting all this stuff out in the first place? So we're going to create 9 of these things. That's going to be fine. Gonna wait for all those to go, and basically we then have to create a 2 strengthened catalysts, so those are going to go there, and this looks like it's going to use up the 4 remaining that we're going to create from this, so that's going to be pretty good. And these things are pretty important, I'd say, to the ritual, as far as I know. I've only seen 1 video on how the ritual technically works, or someone actually doing the ritual, so from what I've seen, it is pretty important. So that's fine. Alright, let's get that one done first while we can. Then alchemic router and the alchemic segmenter. I'm actually thinking I should probably make a new bag, new gold bag of holding, just to hold all the items for the actual demon invasion. Let's do that. Because if we hold all the separate items, like because obviously, you know, some of these items, these items are the raw materials. These are going to be made into things. That's obvious from you know, what I can see, and having a brief understanding of blood magic. So we can have this as the raw materials, and this as the final product, which should be good, I think. Just to make sure we don't accidentally use something, even though, you know, we shouldn't, because those are just the raw materials with no extras. I don't know. Yeah, that looks like that thing we're doing. Let's go back to looking up the word blood magic so we can actually have a brief understanding of what's going on with our life. And yeah, then we'll go to the next part of the tutorial. Right, so now we have to create something quite a well. I guess I was going to say something new, but we have done it before. We need to create a master ritual stone as well as two stacks of ritual or runes, whatever, blank runes, whatever they're called. What are they called? Ritual stones. There we go. So we need to create one of these and 128 of these. That's what all this is set up for. We've had to take our Archmage's Blood Orb for the moment out of the thing, even though we're going to be using it in a minute. So we can create a total of, basically, we're going to be creating 132, would it be? Yeah, 132 of these things. We're then going to create a Master Ritual Stone like this. Okay, so we're then going to throw the extra 4 that we have in here, get a Master Ritual Stone. Now, we could have already got the one from our Ritual Binding, which we already have, but at the same time, I don't know, I don't want to really bother with taking that down, even though it wouldn't really do anything. So that's fine. Next, what we need to do is going to take an extremely long time. We are going to create 2 stacks of simple catalysts. So we have 4 stacks of glowstone. Oh, sorry, 4 stacks of redstone, 1 stack of sugar. Oh, sorry, 4 stacks of redstone, 2 stacks of sugar, 2 stacks of glowstone, and 2 stacks of gunpowder. Pretty cheap, I'd say. We're creating redstone and glowstone and gunpowder pretty considerably, and we have a ton of sugarcane. Let's actually have a look how much sugarcane. 3.6 million sugarcane, and the other 3 materials are being made over here on a pretty regular basis because we turned off the main machine making the ingots and such, and these 5 technically, so diamonds aren't being created or anything like that. But this machine is still on because it's only 5, and yeah, it's creating these 7 items? Yeah, 7 items still, because those are items we actually use a lot of, and redstone being the main one we use a ton of, and having to yeah, run out of pretty considerably. I was actually thinking of making a second one of these. That might have been a good idea, but at the same time, could I really be bothered? No, I'll just wait until 2 stacks are done, so I will see you when those are done, as well as I'll look into the future about what we're making next, as well as I know we have to create some strengthened netherwart, strengthened. Let's actually do this quickly. So we have to create 16 of these, 8 of those, and 8 of those. These are going to create 16 strengthened catalysts, which is going to be fine and dandy, and then we'll do the rest of the simple catalysts as well, and then I'll probably just get all the stuff together for well, actually, and then I'll get all the stuff together for what you know, of these things we're making, whatever they're called, but you know, like Aether, Sanctus, Incendium, Magicalis, all those things that we need, because we need quite a few, which is why we're making quite a lot of these things, I would assume. So yeah, I will see you when these are done, I guess. Okay, so during the time that we had to create the, well, now 1 stack and 48 of the simple catalyst, I had time to get myself a diamond chest, of which I had none, really weirdly, and set up basically everything that needs to now be done. So basically what we can do is, if we just sort of do this, we can assign simple catalysts, 16 simple catalysts to each set of, I think they're called regions, or something like that. So basically this is going to create 1 set, this is going to create another set, this is going to create another set, etc, etc. These do need to be filled up with lava. We will do that when it comes to it. These need to be filled up with water. We'll do that when it comes up next to it. But with these items, we're going to create all those things, and then with these is going to be creating more simple catalysts, turning them into strengthened, more fractured bones, and then we're going to be creating something else to make these things called a crystal bell jar. We need to create, concentrated catalysts. That's what it's going to be. We're going to create 8 of these things, which are going to contain the 16 of each of the things that we're going to be creating here. So I'll take my time, obviously. I can't really help taking my time. It takes a while, but we'll do all these, and I'll do that thing to make the crystal bell jars, and I will be back when that happens, which is probably going to be a while from now, but in terms of the video, it will be straight after this. Okay, so a bit of time later, we have obviously now made all of these. Let's just get them into our inventory, all nice and lovely there. We have 40 glass and 24 slabs here. We have our 8 concentrated catalysts, which is going to create the crystal bell jars. And I'm hoping what we do next is correct, because yeah, it's kind of a weird one. I just want to check. Yeah, we can get our blood orb back. I was a bit worried that we couldn't. I don't know why I used my real one if I was worried, but yeah, just in case, just to be safe. So we now have that in there, and what we're going to basically have to do, oh, I've got the upgrades in there already. We're just basically going to have to throw this stuff in here and use the crystal bell jars. We'll place one there. They're all going to get moved anyway, and we have to get these 3 things. So I'm actually going to move my gems out of the way because currently we are not in need of them. And we'll go with this stuff instead. So yeah, basically what this is going to do is you can see in the bottom of the screen right by my armor, this has 2,000 aether in it. We need to have 16,000, which is what the 16 is for. It's 1,000 each. And then we are going to have 8 crystal bell jars, each assigned to one of the different things. So we're going to have one for aether, one for Aquasalis, one for Sanctus, one for Magicalis, one for Tenebrae, one for Incendium, one for Terrae, and one for Potentia. These are just going to be part of the ritual for the actual demon invasion. So yeah, we're going to have to do all those things. We just have to wait for this. So we're at 4,000. I think we can actually... What am I doing? I have to like right click there, and then like... Basically this should now... Okay, so that there. Let's do that. Okay, so we're gonna go here and then to there. There we go. I shifted on that thing, so I think that's why it may have screwed up. But this is gonna transfer the aether to this place. Gonna wait for it to get the 16,000 in it. It's gonna take a little time, but that's what I get with yes. And because it's gonna take a while, I'm gonna pause here. We'll see you when we have each of the crystal bell jars completed, which is probably gonna take a while, I think. So it's gonna be a while, but it'll be worth it definitely. And here we are with our final crystal bell jar full now. Ooh, making sure I don't destroy the ME drive. Done that before. Wasn't fun. I had a full inventory, so I was very worried about not picking everything up. But now we have the final crystal bell jar filled up with Terrae. That's 8 of them, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got our 3 ritual stones, or our 2 stacks of ritual stones, and our master ritual stone out of that. And we also need to remember to get our blood orb out of that. Let's actually check with the divination sigil. We are quite a lot under 15 million, but we should be able to get that back ready for next time. Or ready for, rather, when we do the actual thing. So, next what we have to do, just simply going to come in here. And as we have done millions of times before at this rate, I really wish I was just able to look how many there were and just sort of create exactly enough of the simples and the strengthened and etc. But you can't always have everything. So we're going to do that. We're then going to turn them into strengthened ones, which is going to be easy. We're then going to create the splintered, is it? What are they called? Let's find out. Fractured, that was it. fractured, we're then going to use that and those on it. And these are actually going to be used for levers, which, if I remember correctly, is that. That's fine. And then we're also going to have this stuff craft as well. So what we're going to do is just have these in here. That's going to be fine. But these are going to be used for an alchemy relay, which requires the concentrated catalyst, which is what we're going to create in the end out of all these. So we're going to get these. Oh, and then we need to get those, which is going to be fine. And then we're just going to add the 4 fractured bones, 4 strengthened catalyst, and 4 gold nuggets. So that's going to be fine. We're then going to use those and make the alchemy relay. So everything there should be good. And also, I've just kind of realized that we are actually missing something, which means we're going to have to go to our blood magic. We're also going to have to come over here and wrong thing. We're going to have our ritual of or ritual diviner thing, which we are going to have to upgrade into a one that can place dusk runes. So we are going to have to get some demonic slates and some elemental inscription tools, which I don't think is part of this tutorial, so we'll probably have to do that separately, unfortunately. But I think we should be fine when it comes to that. So alchemy relay, perfect. Where's this thing? There it is. No, wrong one. God. There we go. And this one I want to throw back there. This one we'll throw in here. Just make sure everything's fine and dandy. Okay, I pressed F5 by accident, but God, I can't get back into the correct view. We have now created the relays and stuff, so we have one more thing to do, and I'm doing this because I'm following the tutorial as well as I guess it's probably the best idea, is what we need to do is oh, I don't want to actually make all those different. We need to make a blood altar. That's pretty simple. We've done that before, and we have the recipe up here, obviously. Blood altar, done. Next, what we need to do is we're going to be creating 6 more of these simple catalysts, because what we're going to do is summon a demon. Not an elemental, just a demon. So we only need 6 things to do that. For which we obviously have the recipes in here, and that's because, as far as I know, we have to sacrifice a demon, and we can use those demon things we have now ready to summon them again, and we can tame them as far as I know. So I kind of want to keep all of them, so we're going to be doing this separate one anyway to keep everything separate pretty much. So the game doesn't crash. Only the bad thing when the game crashes. Okay. At least the game didn't entirely crash. I guess that's better than expected. Though I can't really think of a reason it would have done that to us. Either way, let's now get back into this once everything loads in and we, I guess, catch up. Oh, okay. Everything's going weird. So, right. So we're gonna create. I don't know what this actually makes. I can't remember. But we're gonna create 3 of whatever this makes. Why don't we check? Let's have a guess before it happens. Sanctus. Yeah. I'm remembering these. So we're going to create 3 of those. We're going to create 1. I think this is Aether. Don't hold me to that. But we're going to create 1 of those. So that's going to... Oh, and the glowstone. It's in my inventory, that's why I didn't... Or my hotbar, which is why I didn't pay attention to it. Then we're going to create this, whichever one this makes. Let's create with that. Or right with that, rather. And whatever this final one makes as well. I want to say Incendium. I don't know why. Maybe because... Actually, it probably won't be, considering it's not got the fire in it. Let's check. Oh, Tenebrae. Fair enough, and that's Terra. Terre, whatever, however you pronounce it. That, and then that, and this is going to create those. We're then going to take this blood orb and kill the thing that we have to kill. Oh, let's actually do what I said I was going to do, and actually take the blood orb. So, no, it's not rendered in, that might be why. So let's go up here. We're going to just place everything where it needs to be placed. Boom, boom, and boom. And this will go in the middle. We'll get electrocuted, which will be okay, so it won't kill us. And yeah, this will summon something that we're going to kill. It's not going to take too long to kill. We've got strength on anyway. There we go. Get our blood orb back. Fine and dandy. And then we'll have to move on to the next step. And we are getting close now to the actual ritual going on. What we have to do now, though, is create this this awakened activation crystal, which is used for activating more powerful rituals, as it says. So this is pretty easy to make. We just need some Aquasalis, Aether Incendium, the weak activation crystal, and either a Demon Blood Shard or a Nether Star. We have, in relation to Nether Stars, we have 700 spare, including the one we have, so 701, and compared to Demon Shards, we only have 3, so I think the obvious choice is somewhat obvious. So we're going to go there. Let's make sure we know what we're making. Oh! Missed out one important step first. Why don't we? We are going to have to come over here and take these. We're going to have to create 3 more of these simple catalysts. So all but one of the glowstone is going to be used to make, obviously, the 3 different regents or whatever. I keep on hearing it pronounced, but then I keep on forgetting how it's pronounced. I don't know. Whatever. So we're going to have 1 in there, and we're going to have, what is it, 2 feathers, like that, and glowstone, I think, for Aether? Try and hope this is right, yep, because I want to kind of start remembering them on their own, even though I feel like I'm not going to use them after. Like, I'll remember how, like, remember how all of them are made, and then I'll completely never have to use them ever again. That's how it usually goes. By the time I remember how to do something, it's useless. So we're going to get Incendium, we get our spare bucket back. So let's throw Aether, that. That's going to be fine. Let's throw the bucket back in the AE system. And this should be creating the Awakened activation crystals. So let's just quickly, while we're here, check on our LP situation. So we're at 14,680,763 LP, which means at this current stage we do not have enough LP to proceed. So that, coupled with the fact that we have, it's been a very long episode so far. Well, 3 things. 1, we've not got enough LP at the moment. 2, it's been a very long episode. And 3, I think it'll be interesting to have a big episode, or not a big episode, but an episode dedicated to the Demon Invasion. This is our preparation for the Demon Invasion. I'm going to end off now, so thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. I'm going to now leave the Archmage's Blood Orb in there for a long time to fill up to 15 million, and make some other preparations if needed. And I will see you next episode, where we'll do the Demon Invasion, unless something incredibly important pops up. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.